just got breaking news. She just posted a new video. Let's see
Lord.
it.
Okay, let's scroll back up.
Oh my God.
Oh, a couple. Okay, 2. Oh geez. Okay. I don't think she's saying anything because it's just music, but let's read it. So she's in the pool. So she's not in a hospital, like people were speculating. At least she's been released. If she was, oh my God, I cannot read that.
I feel like nobody, would they release someone that quickly? Like,
well, they can only hold you for 72 hours if there's a threat, but you can sign yourself out if there's not. Like if they say like, no, she's you can be insane and be left into society. Like you could think like, I'm Jesus's mom. Like they're gonna let you out as long as you're not gonna hurt yourself or hurt someone else. There's really nothing they can do. Let me read it on my phone so I can actually see it here. Okay. All right, it says, yesterday, a man came to my door asking for my restroom. I'm just going to play it on, low. Yesterday, a man came to my door asking for my restroom. I was on the phone with my hometown girlie, so I let him in. I had him say his name out loud and pointed out it was so lucky my friend got to join us in prayer on the phone. I offered him some coffee. He didn't drink any. He must have realized that he'd be leaving behind DNA. Luckily, he still left me his fingerprints, his face, and his name. I was then cuffed and detained by 5 officers who busted into my home through the back door because I exercised my free speech and religion. Then they sent 2 psych evaluation specialists who almost dragged me off to a hospital, but luckily I'm smart, educated, kind, and brave. If he was going to attack me, thank you, my God, for giving me the honor of taking that bullet. My faith in you, my Lord, is why I will always show kindness to a stranger, because God saves no matter what. Even if I died, #save the world or die trying. I keep trying to tell y'all, believe me or don't, only women come twice. And that was posted 11 minutes ago. Oh boy.
What an end.
Yeah.
What an end. Sorry, but Gabbie has always been entertaining. But,
yeah.
Okay.
And then
So, hold on a second.
Okay.
So he enters.
Well,
the police come.
Mm-hmm.
Why are the police there?
I'm sure people were like watching this like incessantly yesterday and like were saying, call the police, call the police. So I'm sure they had many calls on him and also on her because she was acting erratic. So let's look at this
she
one.
Was in her house. I mean, I would understand, okay, getting a psych evaluation, but I don't understand. Like, she was not doing anything dangerous.
Well, she let this stranger in the house and people were concerned for her safety. So did you watch any of those videos? That's like the big crux of this conversation.
Yeah. So, I watched the one where he entered the house and like a couple ones that he posted where he was filming her house for some reason.
Inside. Okay, so let's see.
And why do you ride like you're running out of time? What did Eliza have that Alexander Hamilton didn't? Faith. The orphanage. I'm erasing myself from the narrative.
Okay.
Nicholas?
Here it is, this part.
Hey, Nicholas? Do you mind being on camera or you don't want to?
I don't mind.
Okay, so I want to, oh my God, my hair. A friend just texted me.
Okay, so this is a stranger from TikTok who saw her posting erratically and decided to drive to her house, knock on her door, and say, hey, can I use the bathroom? And he's got a video of that. I can find it. I can pull it up because I have his account where, she's like, yeah, come on in. He goes to the bathroom, starts filming her in her house, and then she proceeds to make a bunch of TikToks with him in it. And this is one of them.
Yeah, but I don't understand why people call the police on her.
I don't think it's like she committed a crime. It's to save her from herself, I think.
That is awful, though. That is awful.
It's called like a wellness check. They're fairly common, if
oh, really?
Mm-hmm, yeah, if like you posted on the internet saying like, I'm done with life, I'm about to knife myself, like I could call, well, I guess you're not in the United States, but if you're in the United States, I could call and say, hey, this girl on the internet saying this, she lives here, I think, can you do anything? And the police will come just to talk to you and see if you're okay. And if you're okay and they think you're lucid and there's no one that's like, being hurt, then you're free to do whatever you want. I mean, if you don't answer the door, they're not gonna, do anything. But that's how they find a lot of people are like murdered inside their homes. They go and do a wellness check to see like why they're not at work, and then they find their bodies or whatever.
Gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then after the police came, the psych ward people came.
That's what she's saying.
Is that
She
what
was
she's
cuffed
saying?
and all that. That was new information. I hadn't seen that. But let's watch
And
this
she
just to
talked
see.
them out of it.
I don't know.
Because she was smart, she talked the psych word out of it.
Well, she has, like I said, there's no rule that you can't be in a psychosis. They don't automatically put you away for that. You can sign, you're an 18-year-old plus adult who's legally allowed to sign themselves out. There's a certain Baker Act, but if they have not Baker Acted you, you're free to leave. You're voluntarily being there or not,
Yeah.
So I guess she wasn't Baker Acted. Because she's somewhat coherent in some of these. It's just a little off. Like she's not, she looks like she can drink water herself. She can eat herself. She can probably, function. So that's all they really are after. But okay, so this is the part where she's going to introduce him and tell how the interaction happened. So this is like where people were really concerned when this happened.
Me, and I told him that I was gonna go on a run for a guy who showed up at my house and was just feeling a little lost, asked to use the bathroom, and now we're gonna go for a run together. He asked to pray with me. It was really nice. And his text was, "Gab, listen to me now. Get that man out of your house." How do you feel about that?
That's rude.
It's kind of rude, isn't it?
Rude.
I think he meant well. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean well.
What? Not, he means well. We know he means well. My friend who texted me and told me to get the stranger out
Yeah, we
of my
know
house,
he does.
I think he meant well too.
Yeah, I think so.
But Nicholas is good. And we're gonna go for a run because we already prayed and had our coffee
prayed.
and listened to music.
Yes.
I'm so happy I met you this morning.
Yes.
Thank you for knocking on my door, Nicholas.
Yes.
You are a brother in Christ.
Brother in Christ.
Fuck yes, he
Yes.
is. Nicholas?
Okay, so that was the first interaction, and within a couple hours, she was like, "Get out of my house, like, get out." Because I guess he made it seem like he didn't know who she was, and so then when she found out, like, oh no, he's like actually filming all the, and he's immature. This guy's an idiot. I hate him.
He looks young. He looks very. I
Super
don't know
young.
how long.
Let me
He
pull up
looks like
his
20
TikTok.
at tops.
Yeah, I have the videos on here, but let me pull up his TikTok. I think he did it for clout. He saw a moment that he would be like, "Oh, I could be famous, or I can go like, he recorded her."
I've decided to call the collection Danielle Bernstein.
That's not it.
The name was extremely important to me.
Sorry. Every time I open TikTok, it opens on this random video that I've already seen.
It's interesting the way that people. I don't know how it works here. I've never heard of anything like that, of calling the police just because someone is like, throwing a fit or something.
Well, they were gonna call the police on the meal prep king because he was drunk
Oh well, yeah, in the UK.
on live.
Because how dare he be
Police.
drunk at 7 a.m.
Okay, here's the idiot guy who I have no sympathy for. No offense to anyone who might like him, but
This guy was like, I just saw that everyone was
Alexander-
saying that somebody should go help her, and nobody was going to help her. It's like there's a
shut the
freaking
fuck up.
reason, because we don't just go to someone's house.
and it was so obvious. Like it's almost like it's like a meta thing where, okay, back to that 2017 video of Gabbie showing rice gum and whatever, and there's a whole dispute, and like she seems to want to include the camera with everything that she does. Okay, so now there's this guy who's showing up at the house who's doing the same thing to her as she's interacting with her audience. He's interacting with his audience saying, what do I do, guys? What should my next move be? How can I help her? It's so like bizarre.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I had my first instinct was like, this is staged. Like, if she came out with that in 3 days, I'll be like, this makes the most sense. Now I understand that she may not have staged it. and it's like it seems more likely that she is going through a psychosis. But it's so, like you said, it's so meta. Like, she's filming content over there being like, there's strangers in my house. He's like, oh my god, I'm in Gabbie Hanna's house. It's like, what is happening?
And
This
we're
is so
all
weird.
like, we're characters too, because, you know, people are watching and like talking about it, discussing it like on our own. And like, you know, people are calling the police and the police don't know what to do. Like, it's so,
Yeah, and
I
I
don't
think
know how
this
to
is
feel.
very clearly the dangers of social media and the sharing your life on social media. And
Yes.
he has literally just exploited her, whatever this is, if it's like a psychotic episode, if it's a
Drugs, whatever.
bipolar episode, or if it's like just being on weed or whatever it is, he's exploiting that for content. He goes to her house, uses her name, shows her house,
Shows her license plate.
literally like spends a day, makes like an I don't know how much content about this the entire day for clout, literal
Yeah.
clout. And he, at the same time, he's trying to give her like medication that he doesn't know what it is, because at one point she's like screaming at him because she realized that's like her acne medication, and he was trying to put it in her salad or something, or like
He
I
was
don't know,
looking
he was
like to be, I was concerned what she was on. It's like, who the fuck are you? Like, get the fuck out of her house.
Yeah.
You
Why are you-
psychopath. But like,
why
he
is
is
he
right,
trying
because
that?
people were, and then he was answering questions from his audience that was pissed at him, saying like, you did wrong. And he was like saying, no, I didn't. Like, legally, I, you know, was invited in, which is true. So he's like, you know, covering his ass by saying like, I was invited in. I left when she told me to leave. It's true. So there's really no crime he's committed. Technically, he's committed a social crime, you know, a disgusting invasion.
If she comes out of this and I wonder if she can sue for like stalking or something, because
Maybe,
like this
but
is,
she let him in though, so there's really no case. I mean, the case is gonna be dropped. She could try, but I think it's sort of null and void. If he broke in through the window, yeah, totally. But you let someone in your house.
Yeah.
Any defense attorney is gonna say, what, you know, what crime is it to let a friend in? You know, like, you can. It's her choice.
I mean, it's just that she was like, it was under false pretenses. He was lying, like he was like, I need the toilet, and then he stuck around for like hours and hours and tried to give her pills and stuff.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's watch a couple more of them to see.
And this
like,
is
the
all on
progression.
video, by the way. Like, this
I
is
know.
insanity to me.
It's
Like,
crazy.
you can literally go to the police and be like, here, look what
Yeah.
he tried to do. Like,
I think it helps him though, honestly, because he's like, I'm filming for my own protection. It's like, okay, that's ridiculous. But I think he's right. Like, she was making it seem like, you're welcome here. You're my friend. Like, hang out with me. We're gonna go for a run. So you could say, well, he's taking advantage of her, but I don't think any criminal act was done technically.
no, not technically, but I just wonder if the whole exploitation of her mental state is a big factor in this, because he
No, sure,
he
but-
went in with like, she's not okay, I'm going.
Sure.
You know, like, so while he is saying, yeah, I'm going to help, at the same time, he was well aware that she was
Oh,
not
yeah.
okay. And he
He's
said it
exploiting her.
in videos. Yeah.
Oh,
So I wonder
totally.
if that is a factor in this, is that she can say, look, he knew that I was not okay and he came to my house. Like,
Maybe, maybe some sort of civil lawsuit, or, you know, I think just like, this guy's never going to have a career as an influencer despite what he might want, you know.
you think, because at this point, like, after TikTok has pushed Andrew Tate and
That's
like,
true.
people like that, I'm like,
Who knows?
yeah, I think just do all the worst possible things and you will become someone with billions of views. Like,
Yeah, Vlog
yay.
Squad type part 2. I mean, he definitely has more views than he's ever had before, so. But anyway, okay.
What kind of views is he getting on this?
I mean, he only has this. He has one other video other than, and this was yesterday too, which is sort of sketchy that he just made this account yesterday, allegedly, or deleted everything else before it and then did the Gabbie Hanna stuff. Now, he could have deleted everything, or is this some sort of like very elaborate staged event? You know,
Yeah.
it does put a
I-
little bit of a.
I have reservations about this being fully real.
Yeah. I can see where there's a lot of signs, like, okay, her thing being trauma queen, her album coming out, you know, that sort of thing. This is
Yeah.
that fact that the videos are still up.
And she's done this before. A while ago, when she was releasing a new song, she did the same thing. She got into a lot of drama. She started like poking around. So it wouldn't be a first thing if that's the case.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, at this point, like, she's not. The thing with this is like that she's not. Unlike previously, when she was poking around and creating drama out of nothing. In this case, she looks completely innocent. Like, there's no.
Yeah, she
And
does.
even amongst the hundreds of TikToks that she posted some stuff that were racist and some stuff that were transphobic and stuff. And she can just come out of it being like, I was manic. I'm so sorry. I didn't, In this case with the guy, it's like he clearly took it. Like, so in this situation, like, she's comes out as completely clean. Unlike previous. So I just.
It's still
I don't
sad. It's still sad, even if it is like either way. It's like, horrible, because if that's the length you're going to go to sell a couple more albums, get a couple more streams, and get some views on your video, like, I mean, that's just a hard way to live, anyways. I mean,
Yeah.
I think either way, it's like awful.
Yeah, I think even in the best case scenario in which this was like staged and stuff, even then, I think it's like it's still pretty bad, the kind of life that she's leading. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's very weird to keep someone in your house who just comes in like to use the toilet, and for that person to stay the whole day, and for you to be unsuspecting. But then if you're in a psychosis, probably you're
wouldn't.
not thinking logically.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's impossible to know. Okay, here he is. Using the bathroom.
All right, everybody, I'm literally inside of the house right now. All right, everybody, I'm literally inside of the house.
Okay, then he plays the cat.
Yeah, he's like making content. Oh my god.
I honestly would like to help. I don't know what to do though. So if anybody has any suggestions, I'm here.
Okay,
Everybody says
now we are
somebody needs to
asking-
help her, but
Like,
Now you're
crowdsource, gain
Okay.
engagement by asking your audience what I should do. I've been led into a person who's going through a psychosis potentially, who's also famous as house. What should I do? Like,
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go help.
Just chill.
But I'm not gonna look into how to help. Like, but at first he said that he's been through something like that and he knows. And now he's here asking how to help because he doesn't know. It's like,
well, she's making TikToks about him being like a Christ brother of Christ. It's just like, oh my God. Okay, I gotta continue. Let's just keep watching.
should we watch the one,
The new ones?
the last one? Yeah, because we only watched one of them, and I'm curious to see what.
Yes. Okay, we'll pause there. That was his. Okay, here's the second one. Okay, so she's in the hot tub. And then someone says, I'm glad you're safe, but sadly still seems like she's in a manic state. Okay, then her post says, Abe Lincoln was bipolar, Einstein was schizophrenic. I don't think that's accurate. So, wake up, genius, or don't. Ha ha ha. Who said mania was bad? Men who are afraid of high intelligence in combination with unrivaled work ethic and talent? Oh, right. Maybe society and big pharma actually are out to get us. Okay. One thing that reminds me of these other, like, being in the spiritual side is like people who say schizophrenia is just people who can see beyond the veil of reality. It's like if you have schizophrenia, you need medical help. You are not going to enjoy your life if you are schizophrenic and not medicated. And people who are like, no, they can see things that we can't. It's like, shut up. You don't understand mental health at all. Stop.
Yeah.
Idiot.
This reminds me of her when she was comparing herself to Freddie Mercury. Now she's comparing herself to Abe Lincoln. Abe.
Abe Lincoln was depressed. I don't remember him being bipolar, and I don't believe that Albert Einstein had schizophrenia.
Hey, the truth has no place here.
Okay. Okay, good. And then this is the last one posted 8 minutes ago. Let me read it on my phone because I can't see it as good here. Hold on.
This is so weird. This is so weird.
It says, it's a little sexualized, just FYI. It says, someone asked me if I was on meth yesterday, as if I'm not the healthiest woman on the earth. Taking a tea break today. I can only fly so many days before I need to ground myself back to my robot body. Oh, she doesn't drink and she doesn't do any hard drugs, and she has degrees in psychology, communications, and economics, and she has her own home bought and paid for, and she has a healthy life-work balance. Fucking crucify her. Burn the witch. Burn the witch. How dare this woman want to heal the heaven and the earth? Ash Glenn. I don't know what that is.
No,
and then someone in the comment says, this is sad. And then the next comment is, does anyone think this is calculated?
I am kind of like, I'm about to go.
Yeah,
yes.
That's the conversation everyone's seeming to have.
So clearly she's not okay, but she is somewhat herself. Like she always thinks she's like so smart. And she always thinks she's like, you know, everything's a strategy. Do you think the girl with the big nose, like posing with the big nose in front of the camera, like doesn't know what she's doing? Like, you know,
don't you think that's sort of like
that?
Don't you think that's like a defense though? Like that she is embarrassed that she has a big nose, or she doesn't like it, and that she is like sort of self-conscious, but she's trying to like, it's like when your parents tell you like, oh, if someone makes fun of you, just tell them, I know I am, but what am I? Or, oh, they're just jealous of you. Like, but deep down, you know that what they're saying about you is sort of true.
Yeah. No, she knows, but she was saying that she's using that for clout, essentially. Like she's capitalizing off of it by posing in a certain way or whatever, because she knows that people are going to comment, and the hate is still essentially going off of that idea of all publicity is good publicity, bringing Kim Kardashian here, you know, and all of the other problematic people.
I'm all
that's
about
what I
like,
think.
sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was going to say, I'm all about like, you know, taking back your power. If someone's going to say like, you're fat and ugly, like to be, you know, like, okay, here I am. Like, I'm going to take advantage of everything that you say and do, you know, I don't know. I can kind of get behind that, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think this is it's reminded me of that moment when she was talking about that, because she's making this like, you think me with like 3 degrees on the psychology, like what did she say, communications and whatever, I don't know, and then she's like going in through like going to talk about Jesus. So she's like,
well, it's inflated ego, you know, delusions of grandeur is like very common among people.
But she seems better in these.
What? What are you talking about?
I know.
She seems better.
She seems better than yesterday.
She hasn't talked in them, that's why.
Oh, maybe.
You haven't heard her voice. Okay, let's finish the sequence of the dude coming in the house, because that's the biggest thing that happened yesterday. Okay, so here's chilling with Gabbie Hanna in her room. Like, I don't know where she is during these TikToks, but okay.
Oh, I just got back home.
And now this is afterwards. Actually, okay, let me go to hers now when he gets kicked out of the house.
Oh yeah, that one is fucking crazy.
Which I believe is this one?
Yes. I know you know who I am. Come on.
So after they spent like at least some time together, she's switched outfits. Now all of a sudden she's like, okay, get out. Okay, here we go.
By the way, Nick, yes. I know you know who I am. Come on. Why did you lie to me this whole time? Why did you lie to me? That's for my acne, you dumb cunt. Get the fuck out of my house. Now. Now. Now! By the way, Nick.
Yes. Yeah, he's touching her medication on the counter. He's like looking at it and like holding it and whatever. So that's what happens. Apparently he leaves and then he goes home and records this immediately, of course, because, you know, you can't leave the viewers waiting for answers. Yeah. So someone says, has she eaten, drank water? If not, get her some. Make sure the cats have food and water. Ask if she's talked to friends and family.
So I just got back home and showered after everything that happened, and I wanted to address some of the comments. Like, yeah, I was trying to get her to eat something. I was trying to get her to drink something. You could see in some of the videos that she posted, I was giving her the water that she gave me. I was looking at the medications that she had. Maybe if I could try to like get a medication into her body that would help her come out of the psychosis. I've seen it before. I've had friends. I've dealt with it before. So honestly, was just trying to help. So I just got back home and showered after everything.
Again, like, this also brings up, like, you know, this person, I don't know who he is, whatever, but like, can you imagine someone, let's talk about Dave Hollis and Heidi Powell. Like, okay, they have these followers, these people who are like going and paying $5,000 to go to their mastermind or whatever. Like, if Heidi goes, I'm unstable one day, and then someone from the group shows up at the house, it's like that parasocial relationship where they feel like, this is my real friend. They told me I'm their friend. I'm going to help. It's like the lines are blurred on purpose to sell shit. But then when it's taken the wrong way, now you're showing up trying to get that person that you love and care about through the internet medication.
Yeah, the medication thing was strange. Like, that's probably the strangest thing out of this. Like, I can't imagine someone coming in, taking my pills and just like trying, like, what? You wouldn't even know what they are. Like, there's so much medication out. Like, unless you're like a pharmacist or like a doctor, how would you know which medications do what? Like, I could never look at someone's medication cabinet and be like, I know this does this. Like, I mean, I would probably know one painkiller. That would be it.
And you don't know if she's taken it already today. Like, first of all, it's so ridiculous that it's like, I just think, like, is this a fan who thinks he's doing right because this is the world that he's grown up in, where people say, I love you, and have never met you before on the internet? And people sell that as like, you know, oh, I love you. Let me, you know, pay for my course, watch my TikToks. I care about you guys, my fans, you guys. Is that what we're witnessing? Or is this something else that's like not that cultural phenomenon?
Yeah, I'm struggling to really like understand where he's coming from, because like it seems very exploitative of just like going. So unless this was staged and they together came up with this idea, he is like the bad guy here. So it was like, it would be hard for me to understand how he could keep posting content, because I'm pretty sure that he was clearly very on top of his TikTok, so I'm pretty sure that people were commenting being like, why are you there, and like stuff like that, because you get both the good and the bad on TikTok. So he would have seen those comments, and if he was indeed someone who had like good intentions, he would have probably, let's say he hadn't thought about it until then he probably would stop like posting content around her house and stuff.
I think, he wants the clout. He either wants the clout, has no boundaries, or is mentally, something's up in his mind as well, in his own way, mixed with, the close proximity. But like, I don't know. Again, like, why does he have no social media presence? Who is this guy? How does he live? How does he know where she lives? How does he have a place so close? And how is he so young? So it does it does raise a lot of
there's
questions.
There's some questions that are unanswered, that's for sure.
Yeah. And so this comic says, I know.
Strange.
This is how I was by myself discussing this with my own brain yesterday. It's like, wait, but what does this mean in the larger scale?
Well, I have no idea.
Yeah. Regardless, it's, exploitative. But this person says, you could do so much better to help her. Okay, here's his response.
I see a lot of comments saying that could have done so much better to help her, but I don't know what anybody else did. Everybody in the comments of the videos that she was posting for days was saying, somebody help her, somebody help her, somebody help her, somebody needs to go. And obviously nobody did except for me. And so when I went in there, and now people are saying that she's not posting videos that EMS are there or things are happening. So that's, in my eyes, a step in the right direction. She was dealing with a psychotic mental episode, and I was there to break the loop in her head, and so she could stop having whatever episode that she was having. I really actually went with good intentions, and a lot of people are saying a lot of bad things, but I don't think people are justified.
Leave it to a man of no educational background, most likely, to go, I'm going to go stop this woman from having a psychotic episode loop by my sheer presence. Shut up. God.
He's like,
What?
he's like, but what have you done?
What have you done?
Excuse me?
I broke into her home. Okay, here's some more. So,
How much more do you want? You want me to steal her money too? Like,
what more do you want from me, my devoted following? I broke into her literal house to help her. What did you
One
do
of
but I
the
feel
today?
like this is making me think, like, why, like, people need to stop helping.
Never
I'm
help.
sorry, like, just stop helping everyone. Like, you're done. You're done.
help is
helping
not
Gabbie.
helpful.
Gabbie
Yeah.
needs to help herself for a second, and
yeah,
nobody else needs to help.
Yeah, agreed.